I am committed to mental health ministry because of the gospel of Jesus Christ, which means that all people, especially those who are on the margins of life in society, are brought into the center. That is one of my commitments.
I am committed to mental health ministry because it is God's work, in my opinion, and because in a lot of cases it's literally a matter of life and death. Another reason that mental health ministry is so important to me is because I've personally been affected by mental health issues. That's my experience, that this is all of us, myself included, not just as a provider, but as a person who has directly experienced this.
I am committed to mental health ministry because it can make such a difference in our lives and in my life and in your life and in the life of every single person who gets touched by the 1 in 4.
I am committed to mental health ministry because I believe that churches and their pastors have broad influence in our society.
I'm committed to mental health ministry because I think this is the work that God has asked me to do and asked us to do.
I'm committed to mental health ministry because in my theology, the body of Christ is mentally ill and the body of Christ is called to be healing. We are both, and we have an obligation to save lives.
Because mental health is such an important issue in our whole community, and I want the church to be the place where this can be a subject that can be talked about if people want to. People can attend events if they want to and not have to share anything, and that people are welcomed into the entire life of the community.
I'm committed to mental health ministry because it fulfills the promise of the church to be Christ in the world and to bring healing to everyone who needs it.
I'm committed to mental health ministry because it has saved my life, and I've learned that who God has created and called me to be is somebody who can testify to the power of community, to the power of God's love, to bring transformation and resurrection.
We got a grant that will allow us to provide 2 one-day conferences focusing on issues on mental health, so that indeed we can reduce stigma on mental health as well as provide inclusion for people that are living with mental health issues and challenges in their families and bring them into the life and leadership of the congregations.
Being able to take the work that we do with the Mental Health Network and expand and be a leader in terms of outreach to young people, it can make a big difference for future generations.
We're beginning to have day-long training sessions around the WISE Covenant, what it means to be a WISE church, and we've received a grant for that. So we're pretty excited to start doing regional events around the WISE Covenant.
And so now we want to bring that training to churches around the country, and our first regional training will be in Omaha, Nebraska this spring, and that is to help pastors and lay leaders to become wise. Take it to your churches to become wise, welcoming, inclusive, supportive, and engaged. And this ministry isn't just for the churches, but it's really to impact your community, your local community where you are connected and rooted. And that's the movement of the Spirit, to use the church to bring healing to the world.